Welcome back to another video on the channel. We are the CeaTeem. Today we would like to show you a lava farm that we designed where you can just AFK and obtain lava bucket. It works super easy. You just flick the lever, walk right in, go inside with a full inventory, right click on the cauldron, press F3 plus T, and while Minecraft will keep right clicking for you, your full lava buckets will drop into the chest and you'll be refilled with empty buckets from above. So let's get right into the tutorial. In this chest you can find all the resources you will need to build this entire farm. And of course, like always, all these materials can also be found in the video description. So let's get right into building it. All you need to make this is a 5x5 area, and then you're all ready to go. So you start by placing a solid block here in the middle, and this will also be the front of your farm. Then on the left of it, you will place a torch with a redstone dust next to it. Behind the redstone dust, you place a target block with a redstone torch on the side. Out of the redstone torch, you place a redstone repeater, which goes into a solid block. On the front of the solid block, you place a redstone torch with a solid block above it, and then next to the solid block you place a redstone dust. As you can see, this will start the clock which will power your whole system. Now we can temporarily inactivate it just by putting a lever on top of this block and flicking it once. Now we will start adding in all the pistons which will loop the cauldrons. To do this, you go to the center and you first place a piston on top of this redstone torch, which would cause it to extend. Then out of this target block, place a repeater on 2 ticks, like so, with a solid block on the end of it. Then on the solid block, you place a piston facing inward. Then on the right, you place 2 redstone dust like this, with a redstone repeater again on 2 ticks, and a solid block in front of it with a piston on top. Then for the last side, you go behind this solid block that's in front of this repeater, place a solid block with a piston on top. And then in order to activate it, you place a redstone torch on the right of this block with a lever on it. Once that is done, you can start placing your chest. You can place your chest over here next to this piston on the floor, and then you have to place in 3 hoppers in this way. So 1 into the chest, and then just kind of circle around it like this. So the flow of the hoppers will go like a circle into the chest. It's very important not to connect this hopper directly to the chest, as it would break the system. Once you've placed all the hoppers, you should place a redstone comparator over here on the right, so we can detect when a lava bucket enters the chest, so we can give you a new bucket. Then facing into this comparator, you place an observer with a solid block above it and a redstone dust on top. And then you face another observer into that redstone dust. We will come back to the rest of this later. Now would also be a good time to place all your cauldrons. Please make sure you place them exactly in this order, otherwise there is a possibility that the loop will not start. So you place 1 on top of the chest, 1 in front of this piston, and 1 on top of the repeater. Then 1 in front of the extended piston, and 1 all the way in the back. You can now also place some carpets. I like placing 1 on the hopper so you don't drop inside, 1 on top of this cauldron so you don't get stuck in the loop, and 1 on top of the redstone so you can easily walk over it. So now you also know that this would be at floor level. Once we've placed the carpets, we need to start adding the pointed dripstone above the cauldrons. We do this by just going up 1 block and then making this U shape above all the cauldrons, except at the entrance. And then at the bottom of all these blocks, you can place your pointed dripstone. Now, in order to make them drip lava, we have to surround the whole U shape with solid blocks. And then we knock out the solid block in the middle. We go inside of the farm and place a dropper facing downwards in that spot. This is the dropper that will supply us with new buckets. Once that is done, you can start placing in your lava. And if you've done it right, these pointed dripstones should now start dripping lava and filling up your cauldrons. When that's done, we just have to do the last couple things, which is make a redstone line that runs from this observer to the dropper, but make sure you place a redstone repeater somewhere in between and put it on 4 ticks, like so. Then while you're up here, it will also be a good time to fill this dropper with buckets, and that is your lava bucket farm completely done. To check if everything works, you can flick the lever, and if the cauldrons indeed just cycle around properly, you've done everything right. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's redstone tutorial. If you did, please consider leaving a like. And if you're interested in more redstone tutorials or other Minecraft tutorials, be sure to subscribe to the CeaTeem. Then as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.